Valeria. Hello.
Max.
Humberto.
Um, I, we present the topic or about talking about science. Yeah.
We're going to talk about Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin.
Galileo was born in Pisa, Tuscany, on February 15 in 1564, and he died in Tuscany in 1642. Galileo was an astronomer, philosopher, engineer, Italian mathematician, and physics closely related to the scientist revolution. He has been considered the father of the modern astronomy, the father of the modern physics, and the father of the science. Well, his achievements included the improvement of the telescope, a wide variety of astronomical observations, the first law of the movement, and decisive support for the Copernicus revolution. Okay. He was found lunar craters. He has showed that the Milky Way was comfortable of the start. He has found spots. Galileo had been very religious before being famous. Galileo used to have one daughter. Her name was Maria Celeste. And Galileo used to a wife. She was Marina Gamba.
Isaac Newton was born in Lincolnshire, December 25, 1642, July, Kensington, London, March 31, 1727. He was a physicist, philosopher, theologian, inventor, alchemist, and English mathematician, where he describes the law of universal gravitation and established the foundations of classical mechanics through the laws that bear his name. Among his scientific discoveries are the works on the nature of light and optics, and in mathematics, the development of infinitesimal calculus. Isaac Newton, he has made the law of universal gravitation. Isaac used to have a wife was Hannah Scotch. Isaac had been very dedicated to studies.
Einstein was born in the Württemberg on March 14, 1869. Einstein died April 18, 1955. His cause of death was aneurysma aorta. He is considered the most important and popular scientific of the 20th century. One of his theories was that they imagined that bursts a ray of light, then we can know that the light reached the highest keynote speed in the universe, approximate 3,000 kilometers per second. But what would happen if the observer ran so fast as to each that ray of light. At 16, the young Einstein imagined that, if possible, this scenario would allow observing the light freezing in the space, as when the superhero Flash enters the fiction dimension of the force of speed. Paradoxically, light cannot freeze. This idea led Einstein to understand years later that it is not light that will freeze but time, which uses the basic of the space theory relative. He was seeing the theory of the general relative. He had worked in the patent office, used to has two children, Edward Einstein and Albert Einstein, and he used to have a wife to name was Elsa Einstein. He was also a famous writer and comic. His most famous quotes here: Mates is doing that same take over and over again, hoping to get different results. And if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. There are two infinity things: the universe and human stupidity, and the university. I am not sure. I do not have a special talent, but I am deeply curious. Who was never made a mistake has never tried anything new. And 3. Not to become a successful man, but to become a bold man. Among the difficult lies the opportunities, and if you want to live an unhappy life, tie it to a goal, not a person or an object. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simple. The difference between stupid and genius is that genius was its limits. So this was a brief summary of the life of Albert Einstein, and I hope you pay attention now. I leave you with my partner. Thank you.
Hi, I come to talk about Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was born in Shrewsbury, England on February 12, 1809. Charles Robert Darwin was an English naturalist recognized as being the most influential scientist of those who raised the idea of biological evolution through natural selection. Um, um, Darwin was set apart from direct inversion in the public controversy until 1871, when his work The Origin of Man and Selection in Relation to Sex was published, where he presented his arguments in favor of the thesis that man had appeared, and this has man appeared on Earth be exclusively natural means in 1872 with the expressions of emotion in man and animals, a seminal work of what would later be the modern study of behavior. Darwin's and then his concerns about theoretical problems and dedicated the last 10 years of his to various investigations in the field of botany. Um, on April uh, uh, on April 19, 1882, Darwin died most likely as a result of coronary and cerebrovascular pathology. Charles Darwin, he has made the theory of the modern evolution. He had worked unpaid naturalist job on the HMS Beagle reconnaissance ship. He used to have two sons and one daughter, Francis and George and Annie Darwin. Charles Darwin, he used to have a wife. Her name is Emma Darwin.